Hi guys and welcome to Potion Week 35, and we start with the lunchtime kickoff tomorrow. Manchester City versus Tottenham. Obviously Tottenham getting through into the semi-finals against Manchester City on Wednesday. So good news for them. Obviously Manchester City are just going to be concentrating on the Premier League title now. And I think they're going to try and get out for some revenge against Tottenham. It was a really good game, I was led to believe. It was 4-3 I think in the end. Obviously I don't have BT Sports, so I couldn't watch it. But apparently it was a really, really good cracking game. And I think it'll be a cracking game tomorrow as well. But I don't think it'll be as much as an end-to-end game, if you know what I mean. I'm going to go for a tight result. I'm going to go Manchester City 2, Tottenham 1. On to the 3 o'clock kickoffs. We have Huddersfield versus Watford. I thought Watford did really well against Arsenal on Monday. Had some really, really good chances. I think if Troy Deeney had stayed on the pitch, I think they definitely could have got a result, maybe even beat us. Arsenal wasn't at their best. But they did lose Watford to Arsenal. Bit of a different test against Huddersfield. And speaking of the red card as well, I mean, yeah, I know he's put his hands up, but in my personal opinion, if that's a red card, then I have no idea what the hell the game's coming to. To be fair, I don't think it was a red card. I think Arsenal got away with that one a little bit. And as I say, because if Troy Deeney had stayed on the pitch and the amount of chances that Watford were creating, I think he would have punished us a lot. So I think we got away with that one. So he can't play in tomorrow's game, I'm led to believe. So I'm going to go Huddersfield 1, Watford 2. I still think that even without Jordini, Watford's got enough to see off Huddersfield. As Huddersfield's already been relegated as well. So, you know. So I think that Watford's got enough to beat Huddersfield. We then have West Ham versus Leicester. Again, I'm going to go for a tight result on this one. Two teams that aren't really got anything to play for now. I think West Ham's like maybe 11th, 10th, and Leicester's like 9th, 8th, something like that. So, yeah, it's not really anything to play for. It's a bit of a boring game. I'm going to go West Ham 1, Leicester 1. We then have Bournemouth versus Fulham. Obviously, Fulham have also already been relegated, so nothing in this game for them. Bournemouth, again, aren't really going anywhere. I don't think they're in a relegation battle. So I'm going to go Bournemouth 1, Fulham 1. We have Wolves versus Brighton. I'm not sure if I spoke to you since then, but they got knocked out of the FA Cup, Wolves. Again, not really going to go anywhere this season now. I think they're too many points behind 6th anyway. I think they're like 10 or 15 something points like that. So I think, yeah, they ain't going anywhere. Brighton, they're still fighting at the moment. It is at home, it is at the Molineux. So I'm going to go Wolves 2, Brighton 1. At 5:30 we have Newcastle versus Southampton. Two teams that are fighting down the bottom. I think Newcastle are more or less safe. Southampton obviously still need some points on the board. I'm going to go for a lively game in this one. A good lively relegation battle. That's what we'll go for. So I'm going to go Newcastle 2, Newcastle 2, Southampton 2. On to the Sunday kickoffs, Easter Sunday. We have Everton versus Manchester United. Obviously, that's going to be a hot crowd. Everton seems to have done really well when it comes to the big boys this season. They destroyed Chelsea in the second half. They destroyed Arsenal for 90 minutes last week. Although I do think Arsenal were partly to blame for that by going with 2 defensive midfielders, and it just completely ruined our, consistency of having Ramsey and Ozil in midfield. And I don't know why we went so defensively, but it just absolutely killed us. And good to see that Arsenal did recover from that. But going back to Everton, as I say, they destroyed Arsenal, destroyed Chelsea in the second half. They held Liverpool to a 0-0 draw. I'm going to go for a draw in this one as well. So I'm going to go Everton 1, Manchester United 1. At 4 o'clock we have Cardiff versus Liverpool. Obviously Cardiff got everything to play for. Liverpool got everything to play for. I don't think Cardiff's going to have enough to beat this Liverpool team. I think this Liverpool team is exceptional. So I'm going to go Cardiff 0, Liverpool 2. And the other game at 4 o'clock is Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. And again, Crystal Palace have got a lot to fight for. But it is at the Emirates. Arsenal's also just gone through to the semi-finals. I don't know if that will play a part in tiredness. But at the Emirates, I think this should be a comfortable win for Arsenal. I'm going to go Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 1. So that's my predictions for this weekend, guys. And I'll see you next week. I think it is for next week's predictions. Thank you for watching, guys.